So, welcome everyone, and here is your guide to dining on campus. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to taking you through this and answering any of your questions. We ask that you please remain muted and put any questions that you have on the chat, and we'll try to answer them as soon as we can. And yeah. So, I'm Sophia Valdez. I'm the marketing manager for AU Kitchen.
And then I'm Maggie Sullivan. I am the regional dietitian supporting American as we work on hiring a new campus dietitian for you.
And I'm just going to go over some key things that we're going to go through today. We're going to go through the meal plans, nutrition resources, special diets, navigating your dining options, dining resources, and get well soon meals, and any additional resources. So to just jump into the meal plans. So we have 4 options. The first 2 are for first year students or anybody, honestly. If you're a first year or a second year on campus and you living on campus, again, you will be required to have a meal plan. If you're a first year living on campus, you will automatically be put into the all-inclusive premium plan. If you're a second year, you will automatically be put into the all-inclusive standard plan. And you are free to change it through your one card portal before a certain cutoff, I believe. And so just to kind of go into the differences between the premium and the plus. So for first years living on campus, you're getting adapted. You don't really know where to eat yet, and you don't know the schedule, your class schedule. You're kind of just figuring everything out. You're in a new environment. And so that's why we recommend the all-exclusive premium plan. The all-exclusive premium plan does have more retail exchanges. You still have unlimited access to the terrace dining room, and that access is an all you care to eat. Once you're in there, you can eat as much as you want. And then you do have more mobile ordering credits through Grubhub as well. You have an increased amount of guest meals, and you also have access to exclusive events. And just as you're getting acclimated and being on campus, we really do recommend going with the premium plan. And so again, you have the choice as a first year living on campus between the all-inclusive premium and the all-inclusive plus. Any other student may choose any of the other plans. Just kind of going into the benefits of, exclusive event access. We do one every month, and it's a really fun way to kind of engage with others on campus and everything, and kind of just, get your footing in on campus. I really do recommend going to them. And then you also get a certain amount of dining dollars and everything. I think the biggest, difference is the retail meal exchange. So the retail meal exchange is offered at most of our retail locations, and with the all-inclusive premium, you have 3 per day, and the all-inclusive plus, you only have 7 per week. I'll be touching into what a retail meal exchange is further down, but just to kind of give you like a quick snapshot, it is a entree, a side, and a drink at any retail meal location, and you can kind of get it for the equivalency of like a swipe. Therefore, you're not paying with your dining dollars out of pocket in a sense. So it's a lot of students really do enjoy that kind of benefit. Okay, so moving on.
Okay, so just to give you a little bit of information about how the campus dietitian can support you during your time at American. So whether you're managing a chronic health condition, wanting to eat healthier, or you have a food allergy and need help navigating options on campus, we will have a campus dietitian available to help you with it all. And I'm available for virtual meetings this summer as well to help you. And then the campus dietitian will also host food samplings along with our campus chef, do cooking demos throughout the semester in the new dining hall to teach you some fun, easy to prepare recipes, and then just allow you to have some interaction with our dining staff and ask questions, all of that good stuff. And then if you have an allergy or medical condition that you're having trouble finding options for on campus, you will work with our dietitian as well as accessibility services known as ASAC to come up with a plan for you. Next slide. So we have a variety of offerings for students with most types of dietary restrictions, but students with dietary restrictions will need to contact the dietitian to make them aware of their needs in order to get the help they need on campus. So one thing that's pretty cool is our dining halls don't use peanuts or tree nuts of any kind or products that contain peanuts or tree nuts. So TDR is free reign if you have peanut or tree nut allergies. And then we also within TDR and across campus have options for anybody with any of the top 9 allergens, those that avoid gluten or vegan, vegetarian, halal, and kosher as well. Next slide, please. So Donon Campus is our app that will show you the menus for all of our locations across campus. If you haven't downloaded it already, I would highly encourage that you do that and give you an idea of whether, while there's always great options at the dining hall, you may decide that you don't want to eat there one day based on the menu, so then you can choose to go somewhere else and use your meal plan elsewhere. So it's great for that. But if you have dietary restrictions, it's also a very helpful tool because you can go on there. You can click on barbecue pork, baked sweet potato, for example, and it'll show you the ingredients in there. And then it will also have the icons next to the menu item showing you whether it's AG stands for avoiding gluten. If it's a good source of protein, the PR indicates a good source of protein, something with at least 7 grams of protein per serving. And then if you want to see more information about how many grams of protein it actually has, you can click on the menu item, and along with the ingredients, you can find all the nutrition information about it. And then we have call outs for vegan and vegetarian as well as climate friendly offerings. Next slide, please.
So to go over our retail dining locations, in the Mary Graydon Center, which is our student hub, we have the terrace dining room, which is our new dining hall. Well, not new, but renovated dining hall. It'll feature about 10 stations. In the evening, it will get up to 11. And they'll have a lot of different types of things on there. We'll also have a micro farm that's going to be there that'll be implemented and used throughout some of our dining, you know, kind of like as garnish, but also it would be really cool for students to get involved and students to see different types of microgreens growing inside our dining hall. We also have, you know, different types of things and applications coming through Grubhub in ties with our dining hall. And again, more information could be found on our microsite through Donon Campus and also through social media, which will be at the end. We also have Panera Bread, True Burger and District Pickle. They're both internal brands. District Pickle is a kosher deli for those who keep kosher. And then we also have Halal Shack and Baba's Pizza, both of which are halal options. Then we have Lydecker Tunnel, which is in front of the campus store and kind of right behind Mary Graydon Center. And here we have Subway, Qdoba, Starbucks, and then our convenience store, Eagle Express. Then we'll on East Campus, which is another part of campus where a lot of residence halls are, we have Freshens and we have East Campus Market. And then in Kerwin Hall, we have Hiso Sushi. Kerwin Hall is kind of directly across Mary Graydon, almost in a diagonal way. And then most of these locations do have retail meal exchange that I did mention before, and it'll be a set menu. It'll be at the location, and you can also find information for it on Donon Campus. The menus are currently being updated for the fall, so we'll have some changes coming there if you want to keep an eye on it for that.
So Delicious Without is a station within TDR for students that have any of the top 9 allergens or avoid gluten. And so we don't use any products that contain any of the top 9 allergens or gluten in that menu. And there is breakfast, lunch, and dinner served there. It's going to be its own station with its own kitchen, prep area, own utensils to minimize any cross contact from nearby stations. And so that's a great option for students with allergies or restrictions. And it will also feature a separate made to order deli. So there is a deli for students that don't have allergies, but then there's one specific to those with any of the top 9 allergens. Again, that'll help to minimize any cross contact. And then next slide. So we also have an avoiding gluten station in TDR. So we have an avoiding gluten hotline station, which will have a protein, starch, and vegetable every day. And then there is also something called the avoiding gluten nook, which will have its own door for entry, and it'll have a dedicated waffle iron, toaster, avoiding gluten waffle mix, gluten-free, prepackaged baked goods, assortment. So there's that for more like breakfast items and snacks or desserts. And then we have the actual hotline that avoids gluten, similarly to Delicious Without, but how the avoiding gluten hotline will be different is that it'll have the other 8 allergens, so that it will have dairy, it will incorporate some dairy, egg, all those other allergens for those who can enjoy those. And then we have a variety of avoiding gluten options in retail as well. And then for more information on that, you can view this avoiding gluten guide on our website that kind of breaks that down for you. Next slide, please. So variety of vegan and vegetarian offerings as well. We have a station within TDR called Rooted that is 100% vegan at all meals. And if you eat a portion from each component of that station, you are guaranteed to get a minimum of 15 grams of protein per meal. Some days it's more than that, and you can view that information on our Donon Campus app as well. And then the grill station within TDR offers made to order Beyond and black bean burgers daily. And our deli station has chickpea salad as an alternative to, tuna and chicken salad. And they also have other plant-based protein options, fresh fruits and vegetables. And then our retail locations all have a minimum of 1 vegan entree, as well as additional vegetarian entrees. Next slide. So for those seeking halal options, all of the chicken breast that is non-breaded within TDR is halal. And then Bowls and Beyond will always, which is within TDR as well, will always have a halal chicken option. We have a variety of vegan and vegetarian options, which are halal as well. And then special Ramadan options that will be promoted on social media when that time comes. And then Halal Shack and Baba's Pizza are retail offerings that are 100% halal as well. And then for kosher options, we have a station in TDR open for lunch and dinner. I believe that is called the Kosher Nook. And then we also have a retail location called District Pickle, which is fully kosher and is overseen by the Mashkia, who also oversees the Kosher Nook as well within TDR. And then special Passover options, we talked about District Pickle. Yeah, next slide. So when requesting accommodations, so this is when, let's say you meet with a dietitian. So let's say you have some sort of medical dietary restriction. First thing you'll want to do is reach out to the dietitian, meet with them. If the, you feel that your needs can't be met on campus after meeting with the dietitian, then you would follow this 3-step accommodation process outlined by ASAC, and you would meet with a member of their team, who would communicate with our dietitian to determine a plan of action specifically for you. And then pretty similar with religious dietary accommodations as well. You'll work with our dietitian as well as a member of the K Spiritual Life Center, and they will make a plan for you from there. Next slide.
So to touch on Get Well Soon meals, this was kind of something that we implemented for COVID. And it's something that we've kept with us to continue to assist students. And so these meals are available to order for delivery directly to on-campus resident halls. So delivered to the front desks, and it's for students who are sick. The QR code will provide direct access to a Grubhub menu, which is through there where you will create your order. And then it takes meal swipes, Eagle Bucks, dining dollars, credit, and debit. Um, uh, some distinction between Eagle Bucks and dining dollars, because I know a lot of students have questions on that. Um, Eagle Bucks is mostly used by students to kind of do laundry, to shop at like convenience stores or any campus partners that are verified to use to take those Eagle Bucks. And it's still taxed. While dining dollars is available to use for retail locations, and it is a non-taxed kind of payment. And so you basically skip out on the tax, and so you save about 6 to 10%. And so I really recommend using that for our retail locations. It's a great benefit to students, and I know a lot of students like enjoy using them. But to touch back on the Get Well Soon meals, you have to request a QR code through your RA. It is not found online. You have to request it through your RA in order for us to kind of control the Get Well Soon meal volume. And then the ordering is also very specific. That day you can order the current date's dinner, and then you pick your lunch and breakfast for the following day. And then your dinner order has to be received by 3 p.m. If not, it'll kind of just roll over into the following day. So we really do recommend that you put that in before 3 p.m. so you can kind of get everything out of it. And then moving on. So for more information, I really do recommend that you follow us on social media, on Instagram, especially since we do giveaways, Win It Wednesdays every Wednesday, as a way to kind of connect with students and give you guys something fun in the middle of your week. This Following us will also allow you to keep track of any events that we have coming up, as well as our pop-up events like Love AU events, which is kind of giving out free samples of a certain food that might be in TDR or just within the current season. They could even be some food from our local farm partner, Airly Farms, some fruits or something, just from, to kind of interact with the entire AU community. And then it also lets you know when we have our teaching kitchens, our exclusive events. I really do recommend following us on social. Yeah. And then I also recommend you checking our Donon Campus page, dononcampus.com/AU. It has a lot of in-depth information about different events that we're doing, our partnerships, our sustainability efforts, our connection with the local food pantry, the student food pantry. I really do recommend doing that, and you can kind of get to know what AU Kitchen is all about. Again, we're committed to giving you guys the best of dining on campus. And as a lot of people higher up like to say, this is your kitchen away from home. And we really do want to welcome the first year students in that kind of manner. We also do have a program that we're implementing this fall. It's called First Year Eats, and it's for all of the first year students to kind of get to know one another, have a social setting, and also do fun events through dining. Um, and it'll be every month, and it'll be a fun way to welcome you guys to campus. And again, we're very excited to have you all here. I know that there's a lot of fun events being planned for the orientation week, for welcome week, and we look forward to meeting you all and welcoming you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email mealplans@american.edu. If you have any religious accommodations that you need to put through ASAC, please do contact them. And then we also have a text to chat feedback. The numbers listed here. It is also listed around all of our dining locations. It is more of an immediate way to kind of solve any problems that you do have with any kind of dining service. And you just kind of put the problem through, and we can fix it as fast as possible. Being alerted of the problem really does help us solve it faster, and it helps us not, the problem not grow, and so that we can solve it before it affects someone else as well. And then we also do have Maggie here. She's gratefully stepped in as we're looking for a campus dietitian. And yeah, now we'll kind of answer any questions that you guys have with the time remaining. And again, can't wait for you guys to come on campus.